Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Bumi and today we are watching Casually Explained The Fear of Missing Out by Casually Explained. Yes, this is more commonly known as FOMO. Basically, this is you being afraid of not being able to do something, regardless of what reason or circumstance that may be. This is more prevalent nowadays, especially with social media. Everybody posting all their wonderful vacation photos, making people jealous and wanting to go to the places that they've seen. I personally do not have this. I am perfectly happy at home, alone, with my computer. As long as there is internet, I will most likely be having a good time by myself. So I'm not affected by it that much. There are stuff that I am getting FOMO with, and that's just being able to travel around the world. I can't do that because I can't afford it. So yeah, maybe one day when this channel finally blows up, I can afford to travel. But as if, um, yeah, let's just go ahead and check this out. So remember, if you like my reaction, don't forget to leave a like. Let me know your thoughts on the video down in the comment section below and consider subscribing. Also, don't forget to leave your suggestion on what I should check out next. That being said, let's go ahead and watch the video.
This video has been made possible by me because we have a
Me.
sale going on right now and some new merchandise. So make sure you check it out at
Hey, I like that mug.
casuallyexplained.com.
The mug and the shirt. The evolution shirt.
While the feeling of missing out on something is generally pretty unpleasant, it's usually the case that you suffer a lot more in imagination than in reality. Meaning
True.
what's really bothering you isn't that you're missing out, it's the fear that you're missing out. And the truth of the matter is that your instinct isn't always correct. As an example, let's say you've been invited to a friend's birthday and you say you're gonna go, but then you get invited to another friend's birthday and theirs sounds like more fun. Do you cancel on the first friend to go to the party that seems like more fun and potentially hurt their feelings? Or do you stick to the one you've already committed to? Exactly. It's incredibly unlikely that two of your three friends have the same birthday. When it comes down to it, I think the most
or
effective...
or if you have that many friends. But yeah, in that case, I would probably just stick to my to the first one. I have already said that I would go, and I do not like how do you call this? Canceling on my appointments for something similar. So yeah, I'll probably stick to the first friend, regardless of how good or bad the other party is.
way of dealing with the fear of missing out is managing your expectations. And my strategy for making sure I make a good decision is to take what my fear of missing out thinks will happen and contrast it with my much more modest expectations based on past experience, and then I can deduce that reality will be somewhere in between. So to start with, we have
That's
the
a good strategy.
situations where your expectations based on past experience are generally pretty low. As an example, imagine a college classmate from your computer science class invites you to a frat party and you're wondering who's going to be there. So as you're scrolling through the events page to see if it's all guys, suddenly you see a new update by the host who says, "Don't want to ruin the surprise, but we have some pretty powerful connections." Winky face. In this situation, the fear of missing out says Elon Musk and Natalie Dormer, but your generally low expectations say, at least it'll be the nursing faculty. If we assume reality is somewhere in between, that still sounds pretty good. Then as you get there, ready to fend off the nurses who'll be trying to mend your broken heart, you'll immediately realize that when a comp sci freshman thinks they have powerful connections, what they really mean is about 1 gig up and 1 gig down. And while this might seem like reality was not between our past
Oh man.
experience and our fear of missing out like we had planned, by providing us with another reference, it has allowed us to move on to the next stage of dealing with the fear of missing out: lowering your expectations.
Yeah.
The technique that I like to use to get a better sense of reality is taking what my fear of missing out thinks will happen and contrasting it with the worst case scenario.
That is actually a good system. There have been a lot of cases where I thought that going to some place or doing something will actually be fun when in fact it wasn't. It's the thing where it's all good in your head, but when you actually get down to it, it's not really that good because you most likely fantasize or romanticize the idea in your head too much, and that has gotten me in a lot of trouble and wasted a lot of my time before.
As an example, as a person who goes to the gym a lot but you can't tell, sometimes I look at world-class athletes that I could never be like, such as 4 times world's strongest man Brian Shaw, who's 6'8", 450 pounds, and I feel like I'm missing out. And then I think of all the bad things about literally being the size of a refrigerator. To be honest, I haven't come up with anything yet. As a better
I can
example,
come up with it. As a guy who's five, no, not 5 feet, 6 feet flat, I'm already having trouble with transportation. If you may not know, here in the Philippines, we have a lot of public transportation, and for the most part of my life, I use public transportation, and that is really, really annoying if you're really tall, because a lot of the people here, not that it's bad, a lot of people here are short, so they probably don't have that problem, but for me, most of the public transportation here, like jeepneys, are very small. So sometimes I have to crouch down while sitting or just outright hang in the back. That's actually my most preferred way because not only is it comfortable, it's also very breezy. So it doesn't affect me that much, the heat.
sometimes I imagine what would have happened if I hadn't dropped out of school, and I start getting ahead of myself by thinking things like, you'd probably finish your degree, known how to program, maybe even be doing a post-grad in machine learning or something actually useful. And then I look at myself now with no education, sitting around streaming Super Smash Bros., and I feel like I'm missing out. But then I think of the worst case scenario of that timeline, which is that I'd probably be spending all my time by myself because I wouldn't be socializing, I'd be
Yeah.
tens of thousands of dollars in debt, putting Jameson in my decaf iced coffee every morning to wake up, and even with a PhD in artificial intelligence, I'd probably still get clapped by a level 9 Luigi. What I'm saying is the whole timeline would be the same anyway. Now, after repeatedly being disappointed by reality, you might start to think, hey, if I keep lowering my expectations, then not only would I never be disappointed, I would actually always be pleasantly surprised. Unfortunately, I found the blunder there is
Nah,
assuming your
that's not true.
expectations still have room to further descend. Regardless, the only move we can make at this point is not to lower our expectations, but to lower our fear of missing out. And the way to do that is to think not of how to expect less, but of how what you're doing now is actually a better way to spend your time than what you're worried about. As an example, one of the most common times I feel like I'm missing out is when people make a reference to a popular TV show or movie and I just haven't seen it. But then I think about how much of a waste it would be to actually catch up, and I realize that in reality, it might be better that I haven't seen them.
Yeah.
Breaking Bad? Already have my own recipes. Friends? Three's enough for me. Black Mirror? I'm already confused most of the time. Game of Thrones? My favorite character would probably just die. House of Cards? I dislike Kevin Spacey before I had a reason to. The Office, I've been compared to so many characters on there, I don't want to find out what they're like. Star Wars, that shit's just gonna happen if we wait long enough. Avengers Endgame, well, last month the memes were about 50% of people turning to dust, but now they're all about Ant-Man entering Thanos' asshole with Miss Frizzle on the magic school bus.
Yeah,
So
damn.
yeah, I'll probably see that one. Now, by using this technique to lower your fear of missing out, at this point things should start feeling pretty good. Your fear of missing out should be approaching zero as you realize there's more important ways to spend your time. You have no expectations of yourself or others, so the world is looking brighter than ever. You feel a social burden being lifted from your shoulders, and at this point, right when your mind and body are becoming whole, something unbelievable happens. But not to you, because you're not there. Your friends run into Drake in a Toronto nightclub, you're not there. All the drinks at your local
Yeah.
bar are free because Mr. Beast needs new content, you're not there. The hot German exchange student from high school is visiting and comes to your friend's party, she's out of your league. Which finally brings us to the paradox of missing out. You're not missing out on anything if you go,
And
but
you're
you miss
missing it.
out on
Yeah.
everything if you don't. And
Yeah.
after telling my friend my
That's
profound
true.
realization, they said to me, so, in other words, you're able to stop cool things from happening by being there. I
Yeah.
still like my version better, but if
Yeah.
they have the nerve to invite me to anything, I will
Uh,
certainly be going.
oh man. Yeah, that was a really good short video there. Really fun. Really, really fun. Yeah, that is most often the case. Especially if you have experienced this a lot, where if you don't do something or go somewhere, a lot of cool shit happens. And whenever you do go, it's so peaceful and quiet. So yeah, I can understand that why people have FOMO. Um, but like I said, me personally, I don't really much care. I am already happy with my own company. As long as I have my computer and internet, I am most likely happy. And yeah, how about you? Does anyone else have really bad FOMO? Let me know down in the comments. But that's gonna be it for me today, guys. Link to my Twitter is down in the description below. Go ahead and check it out if you want to. And if you're new here and enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like. Let me know your thoughts on the video down in the comment section below and consider subscribing. Also, don't forget to leave your suggestions on what I should check out next. That being said, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you all next time. Bye!